Alright guys, so what you see in front of me is my boffer gear, my Larp. Equipment, things like that. I've got armor, face mask, daggers, swords, a mace, and a two-handed nodachi. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to run through each one, step by step, why I have it, what I use it for. I'm outside, so the audio is going to be a little weird. I'll run through the rules and things with you guys when I'm back inside, and I'll mash it all together in my editor. Okay. Now, first off, there are two different types of buffers. Like with this mace here, this is about the most basic that you can have. It's a piece of PVC pipe wrapped in duct tape, EVA foam. Now, the thing about this is you have to have, like with this piece of pipe, the end of it has to be 2 inches away from the top, just in case you stab somebody with it. Don't want to hurt anybody, nothing like that. So my pipe actually ends where the second ring is. The rest of this is solid foam. So it's foam and hot glue, because I don't like using contact cement. Okay, that's super basic. All you gotta do, grab a pipe, measure it out, cover it in EVA foam or yoga mat foam, open cell foam, anything that if you whack yourself as hard as you can, it's not going to hurt. Okay, and then we move on to something like this. This is a fiberglass core, so it's all kinds of flexible, wrapped in EVA foam, and I painted it, did a grip on it, things like that. Pommel, super basic guard, did a little bit of work with my Dremel. This one, honestly, I don't really like how it looks, and it wouldn't really hold up in real combat, but for boffer and Larp, it's perfect. And it's super light, like you can swing it super fast. And then you move on to my blade that I use, SK for, Silver King. It's a one-handed sword with an option for a half hand. The blade's not as long as I'd like it to be, but, and there's a car coming, so pardon that. Okay. Then I've got some daggers that I don't ever use. Like this one was like a sacrificial dagger. I was going to be like, kind of thing. Put your thumb in there. And I'll go over it later, but things like this. Like, if you can see the core on the inside, you cannot use it. No matter if you wrap it in duct tape to hide it or not. So this, like, if you were to use this and hit somebody with it, you can feel that cardboard and you can get cut by that cardboard. It's not allowed. Even if, see, this whole bottom part right here, solid foam. This whole thing is foam on the outside. But if you can get hurt by something on the inside, you can't use it. And then my pride and joy is my two-handed nodachi. I went ahead and laid out a tape measure here from pommel to tip. It runs 58 inches, which is a large weapon. It's hard to swing. I mean, if you're just starting out, you're going to want a one-handed weapon and probably a shield, which is my next point. Let me move my gauntlet. This is a shield. It's a basic heater shield. I've got to have to repaint it. But what I did was I made a shield out of cardboard. Different layers of cardboard to make it, strengthen it up. Got some straps from an old bag, hot glued them on. I mean, I can pull on this as hard as I can, and it's not gonna break. And what I did is, if you look at that, you see the foam there and the cardboard there. This is just used for blocking strikes. It is not used for, shield bashing, anything like that. It's not a bunkler. And that foam is a ½ inch thick. You can catch a blow on this and it's not going to hurt. But the other thing is you were not to hit somebody with it. Now, these masks, I use these masks because I have glasses. When, you're fighting boffer, Larp, anything like that, your glasses get knocked off pretty easily. I mean, excuse the cruddy paint job, but, it serves its purpose. Cardboard, duct tape. That's all this is. All it is to give a little bit of, resistance so my glasses don't go flying off my face. I did another version of this, sort of like executioner type thing. It was weird. And then I've got crown I'm working on. It looks like crap right now. And this is just made out of the ends of the EVA foam glued together. Now, if you want armor, you don't have to wear armor, of course. But if you want armor, I made this out of EVA foam, in the back out of cardboard, put a lace in it, some ties to keep it together. If you want to wear armor, make sure you can move in it. If you cannot swing a sword in armor, do not wear it. It's just going to hamper everything. And then I've got this to go with that. It's just a little hand thing. I've got problems with my pinky to where it doesn't move. So I only did a 3-handed glove, which I am having problems putting on right now. Give me 1 second. But this is just made out of duct tape and cardboard. And if you can't tell, my theme is kind of silver and blue. See? Just like that. Simple. You can move in it. I can hold a sword. Hold a sword. Swing a sword. Twirl it. Everything's fine. I mean, that just goes back to the whole, if you cannot hold a sword and swing it while wearing it, do not wear it. Now, I don't have any specifications on thickness of foam. All it is if you can swing somebody and hurt somebody with it, we're probably not going to be using it. I don't care what style of boffer you use. You can use 2-handed, 1-handed, a mace and a shield, daggers. To start off, we're not going to use bows and arrows, just because you can get hurt really easily with those, and that's not what I want for people. Now, like this, the way I've got these laid out, where the blue is, on the edge is my striking edge. You can see it on this too. On my mace, my striking edge is my rings, things like that. You can use pommel strikes if you want. I don't. But the whole thing here is to be safe. Make everything out of foam, don't have anything sharp, things like that. If you can hurt yourself with it, you're going to hurt somebody else with it. Alright, and I will go over the rules here in a little bit, go back into, specs for how to make a boffer, things like that, and I'll catch you guys here in a minute.